Cube roots. We've talked about square roots, and if you think about what a square is, it's a square. We're talking area. So we've got two sides that are the same. I'm multiplying a number times itself and getting a square. Cube roots. If you think about a cube, it has all sides that are the same. Think about your Rubik's Cube. All the sides are the same, and I'm going to do length times width times height to get the volume. So I'm doing a number times itself, 3 times. So a cube root is a number that, when multiplied by itself, and then multiplied by itself again, equals the given number. A perfect cube is a number that can be written as the cube of an integer. And the symbol, now here's our radical sign again, but notice there's a 3, a little tiny 3, it kind of looks like an exponent, a little tiny 3 in front, is used to represent a cube root. So we're going to work with cube roots very similarly to how we worked with square roots. So let's find each cube root. So again, you'll notice this little 3 in front. You're not multiplying by 3. It's telling you that I'm looking for a number that multiplied by itself, and itself again this is what we came up with. And we're looking for, where did this number come from? What did I multiply? What did I cube in the first place to get this radicand? So I want the cube root of 1. So what number times itself and times itself again gives me 1? That would have to be 1. So the cube root of 1 is 1. Why? Because 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. Or 1 cubed is 1. What's the cube root of negative 343? Now we talked about positives and negatives with our square root, because a number times itself can also give me a positive. But here we're talking about 3 numbers. 2 numbers that are negative multiplied together gives me a positive, but then if I throw a third negative in there, I'm back to my negatives. So we're not going to ask you for both of them, because there aren't both of them. There's only going to be 1 cube root. So this one's a cube root of a negative 43. I'm going to grab my calculator and we'll talk about how to use your cube root button on your key. And you can actually use that to find lots of different roots. But we'll use our cube root button on our key to find it. And we find that it's negative 7, because negative 7 times itself gives me negative 343. So negative 7 cubed is negative 343. And one more, fraction. The cube root of negative 27 over 1,000. So again, with a fraction, first check to see, can you simplify the fraction, which I can't, and then see, well, is the numerator and the denominator perfect cubes in this case? So 27 is a perfect cube. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. And 1,000 is a perfect cube. 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. And I want a negative because this is a negative. So the cube root of negative 27 over 1,000 is negative 3 over 10. And again, because when I cube that, I come up with this radicand.